So yes, it's that time of the year again, iPhone season again. I have the iPhone 16 Pro and I have the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I am still waiting for the Desert Titanium. I'm half tempted to change to the Desert Titanium. Anyway, these are both natural titanium. Let's get straight into the unboxing. So we'll start with the Pro. Get into it like so. And not much has changed. When you look at the back of the phone, really not much has changed at all. Doesn't look too different whatsoever. Even doesn't feel any bigger, even though I think it is. We do of course have the new sort of camera button here. Apple don't like to call it a camera button, but it very much is, because even when I click it, it feels clicky. Like it feels like a shutter button, even though the phone isn't on. If we peel it, oh yeah, that's very, very satisfying. Let's get into what's inside. So they have changed the design a little bit. As you can see, it's now more sort of pill shape. Before it used to be square, it used to have square pamphlets and stuff. The cable used to be rounded as well. But yeah, it looks like they've completely changed the way they're doing it nowadays. The pamphlet as well is rounded, and of course, there are no Apple stickers. So for anyone who's hoping to get Apple stickers, there are no Apple stickers anymore. But that's it, there is nothing else in the box. Let's get rid of that. I can already tell that the bezels are thinner. Like I can already tell a difference there for sure. So this is my current iPhone 15 Pro. I mean, with the wallpaper, I feel like you can't tell, but the bezels are definitely thinner and the phone is bigger. Don't know if you guys can see, but the phone is marginally bigger at 6.3 inches now. Bezels are definitely thinner. Yeah. It's very subtle changes. I think most people aren't going to really notice until you have them side by side. I don't think you're going to be able to notice at all. By the way, if you're interested in this wallpaper, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. Now, if we move that aside and get to the 16 Pro Max, the 16 Pro Max this year is absolutely ginormous. It's the biggest iPhone that Apple have done at 6.9 inches, which is, not gonna lie, that's pretty wild. Like basically going into tablet territory, you could say. And yeah, it is big. It's definitely a big boy. I can already tell it is huge. I am more of a Pro user. I prefer the smaller size of the Pro. I think the Pro Max for me is just a bit too big. Like it really is just a bit too big. Even in my hand, I feel like I have pretty normal sized hands, maybe above average size hands. And I just feel like it's just so big. Like I can reach the corners, no problem, but it is just so big. Like it's crazy how big this is. If we peel it off, there we go. And yeah, compared to the 16 Pro, of course you've already seen the inside. It's the same as the 16 Pro, so we'll move that aside. Let's get both of the phones side by side so you guys can see. And yeah, it is huge compared to the standard 16 Pro. I just much prefer the size of the standard 16 Pro. Like, it feels more comfortable in my hand. I don't really need a big phone. Of course, the benefits of a bigger phone are the bigger screen and the battery life. But this year, what they have done is, compared to last year in the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max, the telephoto lens was different. On the Pro Max, it was a 5x zoom, but on the standard Pro, it was a 3x zoom. However, on the new 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max, it's now a 5x zoom on both phones. They've gotten rid of the 3x. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about that, because I personally preferred the 3x zoom on the Pro. So it'll be interesting to see how I use it, how much I use it. It's definitely nice being able to zoom in that extra bit more, but I feel like you're also limited on what you can take pictures of at 5x. You do have to get quite far back to get pictures at 5x. And a very welcome change, which I am very interested in trying out, is that the main camera on both of the phones, the main sensor is larger. And usually, it doesn't mean always, but usually when you have a larger sensor, you can usually take better pictures. You also get more depth of field. So when you're taking a picture of something, maybe that's quite close to the lens, maybe something that's in your hand, you get more sort of background blur, which looks more professional, looks more like a high-end professional camera. I'm really looking forward to seeing what these larger sensors can do, because the other thing with larger sensors means better nighttime photography as well, because they can take in more light. The sensor itself is just larger, which means it can gather more light. And me being a big photography nerd when it comes to using my iPhone as a camera, yeah, it's really nice to see a bigger sensor. And of course, the camera button, the shutter button. There's a lot to try out with this shutter button. I'm looking forward to seeing what it can do, seeing if it's something that I even use, because I still do feel like it's quite far up the side. So when I'm holding the phone like this, I do feel like it's still quite far up. Like I have to get my finger, my index finger, all the way up and along. I think it's more natural to have the shutter button sort of here, but of course having the shutter button there makes it easier to use with your thumb as well. So vertical content is obviously becoming even more popular than shooting landscape content nowadays. So I can see how shooting vertical with your thumb like this can actually work really well, because your thumb naturally rests where that button is. That's only if you're right-handed though. I think if you're left-handed, oh actually no, if you're left-handed you could do it with your middle finger, holding the phone, which does also work. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the shutter button can do, whether it's something that I'm actually going to use that much, or if I'm just still going to use the on-screen controls. I have a feeling that I'm going to use this shutter button quite a lot because of how many photos and videos that I take. So this is the natural titanium color. I really do like this color, but I have ordered a desert titanium as well, which is going to take a few more days to arrive. I really want to compare this to the desert titanium and see whether the desert titanium is something that I want to switch to. The reason why I'm interested in the desert titanium is because it just has more of a sort of gold look to it, which I quite like, to be fair. I think I've started leaning more towards the sort of gold look, the gold theme, especially with my iPhone case. So the iPhone case I have here is the Nomad leather case. You can see this case has worn down a lot, mainly because I've been using it over the last year. It's an incredible case, and of course Apple stopped doing the leather cases. So I was looking for a leather case alternative, and Nomad were perfect. And also Nomad are sponsoring this video, and they've just released a bunch of new iPhone cases for the new iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. So I have quite a few color options here. You can basically have whatever type of case you like. They have black, they have brown, and they have this new limited edition one, which is a green chrome, which I'm liking quite a lot. I actually think it looks really good. It almost looks sort of like a dark green, like an olive green. I think it looks incredible. Like, what a good looking case this is. Made from leather. It looks really, really nice. And it of course has the cutout for the shutter button. So yeah, thanks to Nomad for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in getting an iPhone case, I'll leave a link to these down in the description below. I think I'm going to be deciding between the chrome green, or the green chrome, and this rustic brown, because the rustic brown is basically what I have now on my iPhone 15 Pro. So yeah, this is the rustic brown, and this is what an original rustic brown looked like. So you can see how over a year of usage, how it's sort of patinaed. I think it's patinaed incredibly well. I've dropped this case, I've dropped my phone in this case so many times, and yeah, it's just held up incredibly well. If I put my phone inside it, so you can see, fits perfectly on this. And then of course, if we get the 16 Pro, put that in the case as well. Boom, fits perfectly. Perfect cutout for the camera shutter button, really nice and natural, and it looks awesome. I think it looks really, really good. I will also be giving away an iPhone 16 Pro to one lucky buyer of my iPhone Creator course. So I put together an iPhone Creator course for anyone who just wants to get the most out of the camera on their iPhone. Shows you how to sort of set up your iPhone, shows you how to edit pictures and things like that. Make sure to check it out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe for more.